Hey folks, this is Jeremy from RetroFat. I am a fat guy losing weight with pop culture, and today I'm reacting to the Torkelsons. Today's episode is the fifth season of the Torkelsons, really only season. Could be the first season if you count Almost Home as season 2. This episode is called Poetry in Motion. Today's episode was directed again by Arlene Sanford. It was written by Philip Lezebnik. He was on the screenwriting team, I guess you could say, for Mulan and Pocahontas. He was the only writer for the animated film The Prince of Egypt. He wrote multiple episodes of The Torkelsons, a few episodes of Almost Home, and because we have a few Star Trek references, so to speak, not really references, but common actors in this episode, I'll also share that he wrote 2 episodes of Next Generation and 1 episode of Deep Space Nine. This episode aired for the first time on October 19th, 1991, and it had 13.6 million viewers. So, without further ado, let's get to the episode.
For 3 years, I've had a view of the empty window in the vacant house next door, and I'd write melancholy little poems about the silent, lonely room that I looked into. But I always knew that one day the light would come on and someone would inhabit this room and fill the window with something to look at besides an open space. And suddenly I have a wealth of new material.
All right, so for those of you who've been watching me for a while, you may kind of have a pretty good feel for who I am as a person. It truly does take a lot to offend me from a story standpoint, but I'm still going to comment on things just to play kind of devil's advocate. So first, let me say that actor, of course, was Michael Landis, who plays Riley Roberts. He's a recurring character in this show. He is the hunky boy next door for Dorothy Jane. I know him from the first season of Lois and Clark, and mostly the film Final Destination 2. He was the cop who got the log from the logging truck to the face. So my comment on this is I find this scene actually to be funny, but there's still a part of me that I can't help but play devil's advocate. How would this play if the genders were reversed and we had a 14-year-old boy watching his 17-year-old female neighbor with her shirt off in her bedroom? Obviously, that would not work as well. And aside from power dynamics and everything else, and I could easily see situations where Riley would not care at all if someone saw him without his shirt. This is still, I think, something that TV shows might not do today like they did back then. I think it was a non-issue. Certainly was a non-issue at the time. But I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'd love your take on it in the comments. So ultimately, I'm going to say this scene is, I'm viewing it as it was intended, harmless, fun, which perhaps wouldn't fly today. I welcome your thoughts.
People say God looks out for the working man. Sure hope he's looking out for me. These empty pockets need a helping hand. Kitchen tables full of family. But then the sun comes up and the moon is shining big and bright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright.
Okay, I just very quickly have to say, I want to say this every time, this show had the best theme song. I'm not even a country music fan anymore, but the Judds, it fits this show perfectly. I watched an episode of Almost Home the other day, just kind of on a lark, because I feel a little more connected to Almost Home. And that theme song is not nearly as good as this one. This is fantastic. But okay, that's all I have to say. Back to the show.
This is the best poem I've ever written. Just 1 minute. Do not come in.
Tuesday, Jane, I have my French horn recital next week, and I need something special to wear.
What are you doing in my closet?
I want your flower print dress. You've had it for a year, and you know they hand me down a rule.
It's not a rule. It's just a generally accepted notion.
It's a rule. Mama said so. 1 year or 1 inch. That dress is mine. Where is it?
You cannot have my flower print dress.
Come on, Dorothy Jane. This is the most important recital I've ever played in. I have to look good.
You want to look good? Don't play the French horn. You sit there with your cheeks all puffed out and you look like a blowfish.
You are mean. You're the meanest thing. I'm telling Mama, and she's going to be on my side because I'm crying.
You're not crying.
Mama!
That was good.
Mama!
She's not really crying.
Dorothy Jane won't hand me down her flower print dress.
Dorothy Jane.
Mama, she's faking. Can't you see she's faking?
Well, of course she's faking. But she wouldn't work this hard unless it was something she really cared about.
Mother, I have a very special reason why I can't hand down that dress.
What is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
What we have here is a wonderful opportunity for you two to work together.
I don't
Get
want
it.
to.
Now, you girls have got to learn to work these little differences of opinion out among yourselves. Now, go ahead. Work it out.
Give me the dress.
Drop dead.
You're going to regret this.
Okay, that's a start. What's so important about that dress, Dorothy Jane?
It's a deeply personal secret. You can't tell a living soul.
Well, you can trust me. And I know you can trust Mr. Hodges.
Even if you can't, we don't have any friends in common.
That was the dress I was wearing when I first met Riley Roberts. I'm never giving it away, ever. It's a keepsake. Can you understand that?
Of course I can understand that. I kept a couple of your daddy's shirts in a box for years.
Well, where are they now?
Eventually, you get over it.
So I love the hidden key behind the picture frame in the locked box in her drawer. That is just such a fun thing to do. I really like that. Ruth Ann, and part of this I think is because of the fact that I've seen so much more Almost Home than the Torkelsons. Ruth Ann and Stephen Floyd they're like tertiary characters for me because they don't even exist in Almost Home. So I forget a lot about them. I really like seeing the sister dynamic. Ruth Ann she's a fun character. I also really appreciate Millicent's comment, like, of course she's faking. Millicent's a smart woman. Nobody's getting anything over on her. And she's, she plays it for fun. It's a good character element for her, I think.
I'm giving you one last chance. You giving me the dress or not?
Not only am I not giving you this dress, I have decided to wear it so it'll not be left around for you to come in and take, since I know what you are capable of.
Oh, well, you have no idea what I'm capable of.
What do you mean by that?
Ruth Ann?
My poem.
And in my room in sheets and dark I lie, and through my window pane my love I spy. Really, Dorothy Jane, this is very risque.
This is my private poem. What are you doing with my private poem? You broke into my secret drawer.
Wasn't secret enough, was it?
You can't
want to do is this. How many copies did you make of this poem? Give me the dress. Never. Is every motion moving me with such joy? Yow! These words are not meant to be seen by any other eyes than mine. This poem contains my most secret, personal, private, intimate thoughts. Not anymore. Now, are you going to give me the dress, or do these go outside?
That's blackmail. I won't be blackmailed, and I won't be threatened.
Well, knowing that you would take that position, I got up a little early today and put one of these on every tree in the neighborhood.
Oh, please. Who do you think you're talking to?
Man, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to top this one.
Yeah, I may have to retire.
All right, who's killing who down here? For crying out loud, who's been wallpapering my house? What in the world is going on down here? And how many times have I told you not to leave the front door open?
She stole my phone. She stole my phone. She put them on trees. She put them on telephone poles. They're everywhere.
She's not really crying, she's faking. Can't you see she's faking?
She put them on stop signs. She put them on fire hydrants. She stuck one in every front door in the neighborhood. Oh, my God. Riley's house.
What a performance! What a performance! It's not even worth it to punish me. Nothing you can do can take the joy away from this moment.
You are grounded for a year.
Big deal, read the poem.
Okay. First thing we do is board up your window.
I have to say, these Cracker Barrel-esque old family art photos are horrifying. But anyway, I like that we had this kind of trope of the papers in the hall, somebody's dark secret just spread everywhere. We've certainly seen that. And it seems like it's often, not always, but it's somebody has expressed themselves in something that gets shared widely. We also see that in Just the 10 of Us as well. Not quite the same way, but it definitely happens. Dorothy Jane and Ruth Ann. I'm excited about the rest of this episode. They're really playing off of each other so well. Dorothy Jane is typically very ladylike, very demure. This episode is showing us she is still a kid. She is still a big sister who is very irritated by her younger siblings. The wrestling with Ruth Ann was great. I also enjoyed the scream when the door opened because it wasn't a shriek. It wasn't some girlish, shrill thing. That was a guttural, yell, and that was fantastic. Ruth Ann is crushing in this episode. There's nothing you can do that'll take away this joy. Grounds her for a year. And her just reply, big deal, read the poem. All of this is so, so well done.
You'll be late for school.
I'm not going to school. Please call them up and tell them I'm infectious.
Now, Dorothy Jane, it's not like you to react so dramatically to things. Well, actually, it is like you, but it's a habit you should break.
Ruth Ann put them all up and down the street. I know somebody grabbed one. I know it's all over school. I know Riley has seen it. I know if I go to school, I will die of humiliation.
It's not humiliating. It's sincere. Here, read it and you'll see.
Where did you get that?
At the supermarket. Every kid your age has these same feelings running through them. They just don't have the words to express themselves as exquisitely as you did. Or Ruth Ann's distribution system.
Boy, Ruth Ann, you have to wash all the windows. Mama says I humiliated my sister, and I gotta wash windows until I feel bad about what I've done. There aren't enough windows in the world.
I want to hold the mixer.
honey, your big sister's gonna be home from school any minute. And she may be in a very bad mood if her poem got around, so Mama wants to hurry and make her favorite cake. What do you think of that poem, Verna? Isn't that the most beautiful romantic thing you have ever seen?
Well, I think it's the scariest thing I've read since Children of the Corn.
I want to hold the mixer.
Okay, here.
Look, Verna, I'm holding the mixer.
Oh, Mary Sue.
Wow.
Chucky Lee, take your little sister outside and let her chase you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ruth Ann?
I know. Clean it up.
Now, you and I have known each other all our lives. We only tell each other the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth about this poem. I think what you have here is dynamite. I think this is going to blow up in your face. You know, I blew up in my mama's face.
She's 14 years old, and she's fantasizing. Fantasizing is all you have at 14.
No, honey, fantasizing is all you have at 36.
Yeah, well, that's true.
She's just your precious baby girl, and you love her, and you can't see past that. But, darling, at 14, you have curiosity and exploration. I remember when I was her age, boys were all I thought about.
Me too.
And then I got married. Just sucked the life right out of me.
Good afternoon, Mother. Hello, Ruth Ann. You missed a spot. Hi, Verna.
Hi, Dorothy Jane.
You are suspiciously pleasant.
I read your poem.
It was the talk of the school, and nobody laughed at me at all.
Well, of course no one laughed at you, because it was a sentiment from your heart, and everyone recognized the honesty of your feelings.
I'm telling you, this poem is dynamite.
In fact, Billy Benedict even invited me to a party he's having tonight.
Billy Benedict, isn't he a senior?
Blow up in your face.
And he read my poem and said he was very impressed.
Boom.
I'm sorry, Dorothy Jane, but you're not going to any senior boy party.
Why not?
Because you were only invited on account of your dirty little poem.
You said my poem was beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's beautiful to me, but I guarantee it is not properly interpreted by an 18-year-old senior boy.
Well, maybe I wasn't invited because of my poem. Maybe I was invited because the senior boys held a secret meeting and the leading topic on their agenda was, why have we not recognized that Dorothy Jane Torkelson is a fascinating woman of mystery?
I am sorry, Dorothy Jane, but you are not going to be the poet laureate of any senior boy party.
You are ruining my life. You have ruined my life. I have no life. You have ruined my life. You've ruined it. You're the best mother ever.
Okay, a few things here. So Verna is played by Susie Plaxon. If she looks familiar to you, so I've seen her on a lot of things. Pretty much the only thing I've seen her on as a human is she plays Marshall's mom in How I Met Your Mother. She is the actress who has the distinction for playing, not the actor, but the actress who has the distinction for playing 4 different species on Star Trek. She was Lady Q on Voyager. She was Kalar, who is half Klingon, and Lieutenant Salar, who was Vulcan on Next Generation. I forget the name, but I also know she played an Andorian in Star Trek Enterprise. So she's done a lot. It doesn't look like she's done much acting since 2014, but I did check. She is still with us. Maybe she's just retired, but she was in a lot. She's 6'2". She is quite tall. I think she's technically 6'1.5", but taller than I am. And I noticed that Millicent is tall. If I had to guess, I'd say 5'9", 5'10" at least. Just kind of comparing their heights in here. I don't know for sure. I could not find Connie Ray's height anywhere online. But I am acutely aware of how very tiny all of the Torkelson children are. And I can't help but wonder, and I don't know who is cast first, but did they very purposefully go for such a height differential, knowing that, having a height is one of the things that I kind of feel very distinctly shows age difference. Like, really pay attention in TV shows and movies how often even like adult children will be shorter than their older adult parents, obviously. Even though I've I was taller than my dad by the age of 16. You know, children and adult heights, parent heights usually match up a little bit. Now, obviously, even at 14, Dorothy Jane still has some growing to do. I can tell you that I know for sure that I want to say Olivia Burnett, as you know, a full-blown adult, is maybe 5'2". I know the actress who plays Mary Sue, she's only 5 foot even as an adult, who, by the way, is 40. And for some reason, that just makes me feel really old. But anyway, I'm looking at my son. So my wife and I are both 6 feet tall. I'm just a little tall for an adult. She's obviously very tall for a woman. Our son is 12. He's 5'5" and growing like a weed. So it's something that we don't see in real life, but we do sometimes, but we regularly see height differentials pretty significantly in TV shows and movies. Anyway, something to comment on. Sadly, Verna, who seems like a fun character, I don't think we see her again. I think she was a one and done, which it would have been nice to have had kind of a sassy female friend for Millicent. I also can't help but wonder why they didn't just have Bootsy in this role, other than the fact that Bootsy would have been Dorothy Jane's grandma, and perhaps they wanted to just avoid that, even though I still say Bootsy was sassy enough to make this work.
Man in the Moon, I've always confided my most intimate dreams and secrets to you, my hopes and desires, and I've shared with you my one true love for Riley Roberts, and it was your light reflected upon his shoulder that was the inspiration for my poetry. And while my mother believes I am too young to love a senior boy, or even to be with him, tonight I can join his world. Tonight I'm gonna party!
I see you got some strawberries there, Boarder Hodges.
Yep, I do.
Strawberries with whipped cream, huh?
Appears to be.
You know, I really like whipped cream on strawberries.
What's your point?
I don't think he's gonna give us any. Yes, he is. You just have to keep asking him, and you have to look hungry.
I don't believe you. Oh, now that is just pitiful.
I suppose you've noticed my daughter has not said a single word to me all evening.
That's family stuff. I don't get into the middle of family stuff.
You know, she's probably up in her room writing some poem about her evil mama who won't let her go to senior boy parties.
Of course she's not.
Why not?
Because I have known Dorothy Jane since the day you brought her home from the hospital, and you have positively stuffed her full of values and common sense, just like your mama did for you.
So you don't think she's writing bad stuff about me?
No, I don't think she's in her room. Oh, Millicent, if you were 14, where would you be right now?
I'd be up in my room. Just like I'm sure my daughter is right now. And I'm going to go up there right now and tell her how proud I am of the fact that she is up there, because she is up there.
All right, so the little girl, the actress's name is Doreen Fine. Apparently the kid's name is Nancy. The only reason I'm bringing this up is, I don't think she acts anymore. We have another Star Trek connection. So there was an episode of Deep Space Nine called Children of Time, and she played a character named Molly. So we literally, I don't think she and Susie Plaxton, I know that she and Susie Plaxton never shared a scene in Deep Space Nine, but I think it's interesting that a show written by a Deep Space Nine writer, and then we have an actress who's been on multiple Star Trek series, although not Deep Space Nine. Anyway, very Star Trek-y today. Also, Verna, great. This Millicent and Verna's interaction was fantastic. Oh, I wish we'd had more. I don't think we have more. I think this is it.
Dorothy Jane? Do you need some help?
Why, no, Riley, I'm fine, thanks. Bye.
Are you going up or down?
Well, actually, neither one at the moment.
Hold on, let me help you. All right, just fall back. I got you.
Thanks.
No problem. So what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Well, you're climbing out of a tree in the middle of the night.
Oh, that. We just had our stairs refinished.
You're sneaking out of your house.
I can't put anything past you.
Well, where are you going?
Well, I was invited to Billy Benedict's semi-annual makeout party.
You were?
Of course I was. I was personally invited by Billy Benedict himself. Where are you going?
Well, I was going to that party too.
Well, what a coincidence. You know, maybe we could walk there together, seeing as how we're going to the same place together.
Dorothy Jane, do you know what kind of party this is?
Yeah, let's go.
There you are! What was I worried about? Oh, boy. She up there? Of course she's up here! I don't know my own daughter! I can't believe it. When I get my hands on her... Where are you going? We need milk.
Boom. Dorothy Jane, I don't think this party is for you. So why don't you just climb back up the tree
I
to your
don't
room?
want to go back up the tree. Put me down.
Dorothy Jane, I'm
I
serious.
don't want to go back up.
You
I
don't know
want
what
to stay with
you're
you.
doing.
My daughter right now.
Mama.
It's not what you think.
Yes, it is.
Riley Roberts, you keep your hands off my daughter.
He didn't have his hands on me. I had my hands on him.
I think you should go home, young man. And when you get home, close your curtains. And as for you, young lady, get back up to your room.
It doesn't matter, Mama. You can separate us by 1,000 miles. But he will still be in my heart because I have seen his form in the moonlight.
You were looking in my window?
Well, it wasn't always your window. And then it was your window, and I couldn't help looking.
My daughter gets carried away. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the moon. Some people it affects romantically, others it turns into werewolves.
I love him, Mama.
What?
I love you. I've loved you from the moment I saw you. It's completely out of control.
She's 14. She's insane.
All right, this whole scene was great. I liked seeing Riley take on like this protective big brother's not quite the right word, but definitely he's a good guy. He's not going to take advantage of, this young girl next door. I enjoyed that immensely. I also enjoyed poor Dorothy Jane, tortured poet, romantic at heart, just can't help but make things worse. This was really well done, and I hope that Millicent recognizes what a good guy Riley actually is, because he didn't. He's literally basically saying you can't go to this party. This party is not for someone like you, which is, I think, a mature move. He knows that she's not ready for this.
What happened? Did you get punished? What'd you do? How bad did you get punished?
This is the most glorious night of my life.
She never gets punished.
Dorothy Jane,
There's nothing you can do, Mother. Love has triumphed this evening.
how exactly do you figure that?
Well, I told him I love him, and he knows how I feel. And he's gonna go to that party, Mama. And he's gonna see those other girls, and they will have no meaning to him because of the strength of my love and the depth of my sincerity.
Dorothy Jane, we have no money. And therapy is expensive. So I want you to listen closely, and maybe we can take care of this right now for free.
He is gonna leave that party, Mama. And he's gonna come back here and tell me that he loves me too.
What if he doesn't?
He will. You just don't believe in poetry and moonlight and the power of love. Aren't you gonna punish me?
No.
He never gets punished.
A lot to unpack there. Millicent does the best she can. I can only imagine how hard it is for someone who's trying to be a realist, a pragmatist like Millicent, to be raising someone like Dorothy Jane, who in previous episodes we've also established that she wants nothing more than to not be embarrassed in front of her daughter. I mean, that was from the pilot. So, also the line, "We have no money and therapy is expensive, so let's solve this for free." That's a good line.
She thinks he's coming back. She thinks this guy's gonna come sweep her off her feet and carry her away, like at the end of Officer and a Gentleman. Because she believes in love and happy endings.
I envy her.
Me too.
I gotta go. I'll go later.
Raleigh?
Hi, Mrs. Torkelson. Look, I know it's late, but if it's all right, I just want to talk to Dorothy Jane a minute.
Come on in.
I mean, she is a really nice girl and everything. But, you know, she's 14 and I'm 18. And I think she's got the wrong idea about her and me.
Apparently she does.
Riley, you came back. You came back. I knew you'd come back.
Hi, Dorothy Jane.
I'll leave you two to talk.
Why don't we go outside where we can be alone? Just the two of us. We'll be on the porch, Mama.
Tonight, my daughter said, "I love you" to a man for the first time. And she's out there right now hearing that he does not love her back and getting her heart broken.
When in my room, in heat and dark I lie, and through my window pane my love I spy. Rising from his bed, upon my bed I swoon, dreaming dreams revealed beneath the rising moon.
I guess she's got too strong a heart for it to stay broken long.
few thoughts. First of all, I really like this one. Great episode. I like that we stayed on Millicent and Verna and not get to hear what Riley was telling Dorothy Jane. I think that was a really good decision from a writing standpoint. Olivia Burnett, such a good actress in this. Like, she could just broke her heart. She really ran the gamut from 14-year-old kid to expressing, I mean, how many of us didn't have our heart broken at some point around that age? And she just did a great job of demonstrating that. The one criticism I might have in this episode is that Border Hodges was underutilized, and maybe there wasn't a place for him. He had two great lines in this. So anytime he and Mary Sue are interacting, especially if it involves food, that's always pretty funny. I also really enjoyed his line early whenever Melissa made the comment he was trustworthy, and he said, even if not, our friends don't run in the same circles, or however it was said. That was pretty clever. So this was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think this was another show that was canceled before its prime because we're 5 episodes in, and we've already had some really, really great episodes. But that's how it goes. Hopefully one day the Torkelsons and Almost Home will be released on DVD. But until now, at least we have it online to watch like this. So thank you for watching with me, and I will see you next week for another episode, this time of Just the 10 of Us. See you then. Have a great night.